Alright guys, this is End of Days Prepper here. Hey, just wanted to give you guys a little tidbit of information. A security review is set to recommend adding more than 1,000 Capitol Police officers and retractable fencing. A review of U.S. Capitol security in the wake of the January 6th insurrection is set to recommend a series of sweeping changes next week intended to better protect lawmakers while they're in Washington, D.C. and at home, according to two sources with direct knowledge to the findings. Both sources told CNN that a draft of the proposal recommends adding more than 1,000 U.S. Capitol Police officers, establishing a dedicated quick reaction force, essentially a SWAT team, and building an integrated system of walls and fences around the Capitol complex. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi directed retired Lieutenant General Russell Honore to conduct an independent review of the security presence around the Capitol last month after the pro-Trump mob breached the building. The draft recommendations include dozens of improvements to physical security infrastructure around the complex, better communication resources for officers, and additional personnel to bolster a force that was overrun by rioters last month. The addition of more than 1,000 Capitol Police officers at a cost approaching $100 billion. $100 billion. Would include some 350 officers, expanding staffing in regional offices. The review found that the force must be expanded in part to meet member security needs when they are back home, according to one source with knowledge of the findings. Now, it's good that they're adding 1,000 Capitol Police officers to the force. What if they get into that first big riot with those 1,000 newbies, 1,000 green, never been to battle newbies, straight out of high school, and they cave and go running back home to mama? Where's your 1,000 then? You know? I don't know what to tell you guys. I can not think of a greater threat to our nation's security than, yeah, you guys get what I'm saying, without me even having to say it. So I'll just stop there. Evidently, I've been listening to the scanner out of DC, and they're ramping up. I have found a source for the DC police scanner, and they are ramping up not only the WDC Capitol Police SRT team, they're also ramping up the Washington, D.C. community SWAT team. So there is that. In addition to dramatically increasing the number of United States Capitol Police officers dedicated to protecting the Capitol and its lawmakers, the recommendations include several short to long-term improvements to perimeter security, which include purchasing rapidly deployable and removable fencing, which is estimated to cost taxpayers tens of millions of dollars. Now that's taxpayer money, folks. We could be spending that on a whole bunch of other things than just fences. Long term, the draft recommendations suggest building an integrated system of walls and fences around the Capitol, the cost of which to be determined. Are you serious? One of the sources with knowledge of the recommendations insisted the primary option is to use mobile fencing, and the long-term suggestion should not be interpreted as building a permanent wall around the Capitol. United States Capitol Police and Pelosi's office declined to comment on the draft recommendations. Declined to comment. That should tell you something right there. They declined to comment on national security matters. On Thursday, the acting United States Capitol Police Chief Pittman, declined to elaborate on a timetable for removing the fencing and sending National Guard troops that remain in Washington back to their home states, despite bipartisan calls to reduce the security posture around the Capitol. That's a little messed up, don't you think? I'm going to end the video here and post your comments down below on what you think could be the next step. And today's prepper signing clear. Keep on prepping, guys, because it's not going to get any better anytime soon.